Welcome to the final episode of our pig production series on agriKULCHA TV. Today we discuss prevention, marketing, and building a successful pig enterprise. We start by taking the diseases one by one. And on top of the list here, we have what we call ASF, African swine fever. It's about the most serious pig disease that we ever have in that industry. And once the animal is infected by these disease, these are the symptoms that you will see: high fever, sudden death, red skin, weakness, and loss of appetite. Currently, there's no effective treatment or widely available commercial vaccine in many countries to deal with this African swine fever. So the best way to check this is through strict biosecurity and rapid reporting of whatever is going on there. Okay. The second disease that we are going to take here is swine erysipelas. Swine erysipelas. The symptoms for this is fever, skin lesions, and lameness. The next one is mange. The symptoms are severe itching, hair loss, and thick skin. We now go on to internal worms. That is one of the problems too in pig production, a lot of worms in that industry. So if you don't really check it well, it becomes a very big deal for you. The symptoms that you see when they have internal worms is poor growth, weight loss, rough hair coat. So regular deworming is very essential in pig production. We now go on to pneumonia. The symptoms that you see when the animal has pneumonia is coughing, difficulty breathing, and poor growth. We continue with the biosecurity measures that you need to take to prevent some of these diseases from entering your pig farm. One, you restrict farm visitors. Most of the time, unknowingly, visitors to the farm bring in all kinds of germs and things that come in to affect your animals. So you need to restrict farm visits. If you have to let somebody in to your farm, you need to do the necessary disinfection, all those things before you allow the person. Secondly, you quarantine all new animals. New animals coming from a different location, you don't know what they are bringing. So you need to quarantine them for a while, study them for some time, and then if you don't see anything untoward, then you let them join the host stock. You need to regularly disinfect your equipment, control rodents, clean pens daily, remove manure regularly, dispose of dead pigs safely, prevent contact with wild pigs. Remember, prevention is always cheaper than treatment. So we'll continue to harp on that very point so much. If you take your prevention seriously, ultimately, it goes to help you beat down treatment costs. We now move on to vaccination and veterinary care. I always keep saying on this program, when we treat any topic regarding animals, if you are not a certified veterinary professional, then make sure you are a regular visitor to the veterinary office, because you can't do this job without the assistance of the veterinary guys. So you need to. And then it's not only the veterinary guys too, it's the MOFA, Minister of Food and Agri guys in general. The veterinary guys who deal with the animal health for you. And then they have animal production officers in the offices who help you with your nutrition and other aspects of your business. So, like I said, you make sure you consult veterinary officers when you have any problem. Never administer any medicines without proper guidance. We now move to marketing. Pig farmers have different products that they can sell. And some are winner pigs, growers, finishers, breeding stock, pork, processed meat products, and pig manure. Potential buyers of these products include households, hotels, restaurants, meat processors, supermarkets, and institutions. In order to maximize your profits, you can add value to your products so that it attracts better prices. Some of the things you can do to add value are hygienic slaughter and processing. There are times you go to the slaughterhouse, matter. If you go there, you see the kind of stuff they do there. Probably you won't even eat the meat. So you need to do it properly. Hygienic slaughter and processing. Attractive packaging. You do your packaging in such a way that when somebody sees it, automatically to attract the person to come close to the product and at least inquire about what's going on. Sausage production. You can produce sausage out of the pork. Smoked pork. When you smoke it, you add extra flavor and that attracts extra price. Bacon, ham, and then finally, you need to brand your products. I think we've been speaking about branding for a while. Branding actually helps a lot. I was even making an example of it. There are times probably the product is not even a good product, but the way it has been branded, when you see it, it will just draw you straight away to it. So branding is a very, very, very big deal when it comes to the pig production. We're now going to tackle challenges facing pig farmers. There are so many of them, but there are a few of them that we are going to talk about here now. And number one on that list is high cost of feed. We all know that is a huge problem for pig farmers. Then disease outbreaks. Occasionally, when you are not expecting anything, some disease will come through and then just make a mess of your farm. Limited financing. Most farmers have to source private capitals. They don't get any assistance from governmental institutions or banks and stuff like that, because the banks always deem agriculture as a risky venture. So getting a loan or something for agriculture is not easy. We have market fluctuations. Yes, today the market is good, tomorrow the market is not good, and stuff like that. Poor breeding stock. When you are starting your pig production enterprise, you make sure you get a proper breeding stock to start a business. Otherwise, that will be the beginning of your failure. We also talk about climate stress, inadequate veterinary services. Okay, now we come to keys to successful pig farming. Plan before investing. You sit down, do proper planning before you invest in the pig production business. You start with quality breeding stock. I think we just spoke about breeding stock. Maintain excellent hygiene. You can't afford to let things go wrong, because if you don't keep them clean, that is the beginning of all diseases, and that is the beginning of your failure. Feed balanced diet. Yes, make sure the food that you are giving to them is balanced. Not too much carbohydrates and too little protein and all those things. Keep strict biosecurity. Like I said earlier on, you make sure you don't let anybody into your farm. If for any reason somebody has to come in, you make sure they go through the necessary disinfection process before they come. And then market strategically. You need to look out for like strategic markets to tap into. Then you have to continue learning from other farmers, from the MOFA staff, from wherever you can get information, YouTube, wherever, but there are always modern techniques coming up, and you need to keep on learning. The final conclusion for this episode: pig production remains one of the most profitable livestock enterprises when managed efficiently. With quality breeding stock, proper feeding, good housing, strong biosecurity, and sound marketing, farmers can achieve sustainable profit while contributing to food security, employment creation, and national economic growth. Before I let you guys go off, I'd like to give a big shout out to the guys at Roots Organic Farms for sponsoring the program agriKULCHA on iCulture TV and Radio Culture. Thank you, Roots Organic Farms. That is the home of quality organic products. Thank you for joining us throughout this 3-part series on pig production. We hope these discussions encourage more individuals, especially young people, to invest in modern pig farming and adopt best management practices for long-term success. This is where we end our series on pig production. This has come to you from your regular presenter, the Rootsman. As we do always, I'm going to switch to the native language for our local farmers who are not like very well educated. I know they are educated in their own fields in whichever way, but probably when it comes to the English language, they are a bit limited there. So I will switch to local language now. It's here for the kind of madam was be say Monday yes, Shash say yeah and say we preko when you chemu miensa you say mwedi echi if you first one and then the last one at the be we na answer na ebe kwaso no yeah the ntia and asida kese e de bema nkofo mo Roots Organic Farms omo na omo efa dwumede hu ekani na Roots Organic Farms ehoye baby aduane papa fie ukọ ho a aduane omo ye edwuma omo ye ho no mfa chemicals dangerous one bia enfen kan bia ye 100% organic omo so no mo fa sa dwumade hu ka e de omo ase bebre ye nto aso edikan no and then no de yebe di hu abobo eye bronisid disease prevention said yebe hwe ema yare emba if anything ye fom ho kra na ba be ka abo ano aba be kunu ye fia no so ebe marketing said ye be say ebe ton ye if anything your products no and eno no fi wa general if anything strategies for building a successful enterprise it normal ye be ka abo be ma yedwuma no ebe kototi ti ye be din kan de yare no ahyase omo wa yare bebre mpreko no na mom de edi makotin a tai how mo pa ye friend no African swine fever no eno ni preko nyam yare kese pa etete emo ano se sa yare na ka abo na eno ma bia obehu abo no mu ni obenya fever high fever we say wa obehu sa abo na yare afi bohu so mo wu by heart sudden death omo wu by heart and next one your red skin ne unse ne honam nakasa no aye kokko you say preko mo kala na we but be unse aye kokko pa and weakness abana ye boha untumi nkeka ne ho loss of appetite or like on feelings obedidi na mom so no ade ba ko so e won ho no say me no wo kasa sisi you know ewiase afana ni na no ye ni eduro bia ye de sa yare no ye said anya ho eduro nti no de obeye bema sa de si wo no broni say your friend is strict biosecurity reporting biosecurity no eno je say bibi ti say ekofo person ba wefo no ho ebe srawo na de a enyo bia no so ma ebe wura a dining one Casancasa, or met me generate no mashe. A son say, all bano, ebia wouldn't be on fire, Natadia, the Pobwa, a coffee baby, any mambuano, or the Rahon pet, or the best say, Juma. Until no matter I know, so we share. And I face to say, no matter the Juma, Sophie, pickaxe, feeding traps, and then the beer. No, ube ho fine. What the disinfectant? Ebe ho first. I know na fencing. And what be mo fi outside be into me embem emba me ha adwen. Afe the etosu me no. Omo friend no. Yeah, etosu me the friend swine erysipelas. Emwedu brofru mwedu pa swine erysipelas. And also say kan boa na onya fever. And a skin lesions, and I say a crow to tunnel. To tunnel, and a lameness, or yet, said the kind why Uncle Cano, why boha. Near Trasso, a friend in mange, you know, a cow moi, there a yammer who say mange a cano, when it's severe itching, no one cano, to bones are bueno, I say crow be to tunnel, I don't want to treat. War nibunumu. I feel hair loss, said I didn't want to treat you, know. Ebema area hono bon say ehwina hono ebetutu afi ne honam na kasa so beye den skin no beye take if you are the eba is internal worms na ye sunsuno a omo emwa ne yem prekonyan sunsuno eye another big deal eye asem kase pa wo udi hu agran sunsuno no be ha wadwen bebre say sunsuno ba omo yem ade a wo hu ene say omo nyi no enye papa on sheda nyi kase weight loss friends bon say aboa no so ti odidi senkra na de na ne so ti and rough hair coat ne ihwina wa no ho no ebe basa no ebe basa no bon say susuna ba aboa ne yem nti aha na say regular deworming very essential de bia na say o sunsun duro de o say ye regular but say dem kan no men koye say wonni nimdeɛ na men koye woni agriKULCHA no ending kita ho both mofa no mo ye animal nutritionist na ade no na veterinary omo behwe animal health side na ma no the time we are no e say no mo ending kita ho if you are there you beka wan sem bi any pneumonia e woni pem ebi wo e friend say embo mu so sa bi obi abo bi ti say preko dentry omo tumi nya pneumonia no so munya normal ebema won say wonya pneumonia abo say obowa bro say coughing obowa difficulty breathing ohomia insiso na poor growth ninyi no ensheda nye enye papa next one ebeka wasem biosecurity say medical campo aboboso deda I see the best disease prevention strategy includes said a kind no yare ni bi wo kra enye duro intino said the obesi akeka ho edi ho ni na de no na bema yare ni mba nti no na wo say wo ye ho adwuma nti said the medical can say restrict farm visitors enye obia na wo say o mane ba farm ho ye wo ha ebi wanu ma adwuma wo ye no adwuma na efe papa ntino kofo to be ba so mo ba be hwe eye say kofo betumi eba excursion na de wo ho school for na de kra mutumi ba say adwuma na wo ye na efa school for mo ya agric mutumi eba excursion but ana eche say mo ba memo mo ni na nwrem kakra no mbewrem so no most of the time ye wo ebu na no ho no ye wo we bi wo ho ye amuna kakra bi wo ho ye gum konta insuo sansuo no eduro wom nti no nipa ne ba obetiem ansa na de wura ebu no mu so that on fire se bia ne boot no or the yare bi na nam kra na or the tia nsuo no mu a eduro na wom no ebe kun emwa na wom no ansa na nipa na wurem next one say quarantine new animals say ebia wonya impreko no wo bi wadeda asa akoto bi wo de ba beka ho akoto be ebia 20 and 30 wo de wo ba beka ho ukoto ba menfa mo beka dada no straight away omo fi baby fufuro na eba unim yare a wo mo ho ana se bibia wo mo ho nti bro ni fra baby quarantine wo ba wo do mo begu edan fufuro mu a monitor omo for be 1-2 weeks bi wo ho so yare bi no mo ansana wo do mo akeka e friend saying dada no ho ya ka disinfection ho asem you see o de dro e de be ye we normal do ye ejuma no ho so that farm wo bi amba control rodents no mostly okra kusie omo ye mwa bia uja ho a omo ye bebre nti se ura wo ye fencing wo farm ho na mostly na dey do mo ba eduane na mo di no feed no scent no eno e be attract omo nti I say make sure say be feed ni gu no wa bo ho ban in such a way say nkra ne nkusie no entumi emba ho. See, clean pens daily and you can say I say we do honey de bia no I say we do honey. Remove manure regularly. Omo ejanan no omo toilet no me mani ngu asa me twan enwumre ansa ma pra there be I say e ba ye na we ye fi oti de bia na ho ye clean. E ba ne say mo ani bi so ewu a make sure say edi kan no time bia me kan ma veterinary for no emre mu so wo besie aboa na so be hye na ma veterinary for no emra embehwe ansa omo ba ebi won ma omo de mu omo ni hwe kra mo be hu straight away say na ya aboa no ebi so ha just omo pan yam ehwe man san mo say ade a ekunu ni nti say ukọ no ko say na ye hu ade ekunu no ebia foforo extra aba you know the way free veterinary for no mo ba no mo hwe na say yare no eye ya omo hu yare preko no wi a enu ewi ansa na enu mpo no ye de disinfectant ni be say ye hu ansa na ye be hye na ya hye no na say ye be sie a ye sie nti no make sure say time bi ansa na baby bi asa no ma veterinary for no emra afi or say prevent contact with wild pigs yeah wo phone bi one maybe I will rem kakra nti no in room preko no bi ebetumi abaye ebetwa si wo on the make sure say omo any room there no enya contact bia nti no say the be ya omunya contact and say wo be bow then who by what to pens no mu bibia fine secure so that external we be entumi embem and time bia kai bronis I say prevention is always cheaper yen kai ento say wo bon ho ban na yare na mba e ka nim say even e ka wo ma like ho ka no enye we jai atena ho ma yare na ba wie ansan na so kwoto eduro kwo frɛ veterinary for e ba behwɛ ma wo nti mema yare ne mba kra bon ho ban so that emba I'm say veterinary for ya come once bebre ye be say be ka bi ona ye can say make sure say adwuma na wo ye no onom na ye veterinary office for no omo wo office ho sebi abantu omo ka ye wo ekuani nti e na omo che office ho nti omo che oni na no omo twen say wo de problem beba na omo ne wakọ hwehwem akọ ye pensem because at the end of the day na me can aban etu omo ka uko wanko aban betu anka one veterinary office wa aban betu bosom so abaje ni pay uko hwa bosom so abaje ni pay nti ko ho na adwuma na wo ye no mo mboa na ye ne yie afi ye ba no marketing na said e be say aton ye no ma ye wona ma pi ho no ma as a pig farmer no obetumi aton e bi I said winners ye tete omo na I say akokọ ahwe ne ba na wa pai omo ye domoko ye wo growers omo fi winners no stage na no mo ba afi do omo nyin ba we ye wo finishers no mo ready ye do omo ba bekọ ye friends ejom akwakoton omo ye wo breeding stock no normally aya me find say no ebi mu ne bo npo din kakra sin enkai the same thing is breeding stock no wo be share o prekonya na se a omo a do be start na so unya papa unya quality one pa do mo e be share se nti no ebi mu ye wo farms bi wo ha omo so adwuma mo ya ne se omo eye breeding stock omo wo very healthy animals a omo across omo edinya healthy stock mbeye nti and also yeah one of the things that you can do obetumi aye na fe pork na nkasa omo nam no eno yade a yeton processed meat pork no yebetumi process no aye no nyoma bebre baby to say bacon baby to say ham sausage ni na no yenya fi ye friend say we ni mu preko nam ni mu afi ye beka potential buyers omo a obetumi aton wo noba na ma omo ebi ye household efie and ya nim say ya efie ye tonam preko nam akoko nam de in households afi hotels restaurants meat processors no omo a friends saying omo tunton bi wo cold store na ade no supermarkets and institutions. If I say school, banks, any other no almost with me at one. I say you can value addition. You can value addition. Yeah, edumana wo ye no. Obetumi de nyama kakra bi da bata ho a ebema nipa ni otwem no ho a ebe attract no wa ben wo. Na na make ebi wo pabon say bia product no oton po. Say dan ye ja bia. But the way we see packaging no, wa branding no, wo abetwum akọ eho. They said ebetumi ya de value ni bi aka ho ama ebo no akosoro ama yen. When you say hygienic slaughter and processing, yade bi ehun hia ukọ yemaya nka no bebria ubekọ na ho fi fi poto na tai ena mode hye enam no ho sa tai no woni ma de efim ekọ enam no mu e de susu bebre beba nti no hygienic slaughter and processing very necessary so per say what the value be ka o product no so that when you scan more efim a I say attractive packaging I don't know what no se box na be gumo se rubber na be shemo mane ye fe be ma nipa no ho a na wa ben o de meka ebe una baba be ye I face em se be kan sausage bacon ham ni na betumi enya e na pork na nkasa so e betumi aho wo a e de value ni bi ba be ka ho because wo a e ma no new flavor it is nice smell be e de ma enam no and it costs more for that. And but finally, branding no so no. As you say, basically, any packaging in echo, or brand new products. Obi anim say, Oba has ya ubenya roots organic farms or more. Friend is saying, adrene ni biato, and now more tilapia ni biato. Into no creative brand at all. I don't say that so eboa, ema idumano, ekoso, ema sikano, eba fine. I feel yeah, problems be yeah pig farmers no yeah omo fam e be de na e ha omo e weduma na omo ye no mu e di kan high cost of feed yeah aduane e de mo no ne bo no enye easy into no ya another a big way if you are disease outbreaks I say you di kan yare ho asem e bo no wenin da na yare bi aba swine flu enya da wenin da bo say aba eba you have to deal with it. Limited financing eba sika ye de ye adwuma na enye easy to get sika sa ye were one or two aban policies we on ma we are lucky you can tap into that one na when you be film edako but and this na most of the time no adwuma this no private capital ya na ekope sika o baby because bank crowd kwasa okodi loan na most banks no more for agric a high risk industry omo timi ahye omo sika nti na ya na omo nye so eager say omo de be ma nti most of the capital war into this when a private capital. Market fluctuations you know bon say in the market now you find adebe Jimmy na there and also a problem omo face poor breeding stock p na so say dem within kan no or be adwuma na onto ne bo ase nkohwem enkope correct breeding stock no also me banya preko bi obenya bi aro abo ne ho efe ebia na o yare bi ehye ne mu wo ho be bi a wo nim na wakwakoto nti poor breeding stock another way. Climate stress your climate disease ya no ma bebre asesa eda wo expect ewia bebo no ewia no bebo eda wo expect nso no beba nti all those changes no affect omo and inadequate veterinary services veterinary for no yeah the befa we so asra ban say yen train be count because the number of vet officers per district no enye adequate say my ejuma e Ministry of Agriculture and minim de America veterinary officers no omo ndoso ntini ye be stress aban no e be train bebre e de am but kakra no mo ho na so wa wo yi ejuma no e na me kan no wunti na oti office to e ye wunti e na wo office to wo kwa ni nchen a bosonso abeji ni pay wa nkwa ni nchen a bosonso abeji ni pay nti kwa ni nchen na oni no enkodi nkita ho na mo fanye ejuma no nti no asa na ye be wie no ye be hwe e friend enoma kakra wo ya e be ma wo friend saying pig production business no akoso when you say plan before investing Men so that's how say will be kwaye preku. Tina dem na fa draw plan church no matter honum and sana udu sika akwa kwashi. Wo sha say so I said a short while ago no breeding stock now the best as ehun hia nkasa. To make sure say quality breeding stock now the best as here. Maintain excellent hygiene. Say if you some there say be ya put me 100%, that is exactly what we want. And no yepe because we sana a solve problem be especially yare side and for yare biamba. I say one feed balanced diet, making sure say you are the mom no you are formulating ya the be fine. Remember you say abronko bebre that carbohydrate o come carbohydrate na protein and also minerals and others and also the obenya say once abana kakraka we ni age o say ye but you be kunu no bohu sade layer 6 inches e wo ho sale ya no da bi emwo bia nti make sure say aduane no ya balance ni ya sana o da ma omo afei record keeping area de ba ko a eha Ghana for Ekuafo titre pa yen record keeping. Yen record keeping at the end of the day, no, especially Koko Ekuafo no, on yet waba apafo akodo. Also chro to so we be as other way, apafo akodo ye. Omuna maybe a 9. Mitio obi aka 150. We just record say na de to a. Say at the end of the day, no, ukoko no bana say ukoton a. Unye scan we are obetiti say expenses when na efim ho na obehu say edwuma na wo ye no emfa so o man na say emfa so nim but most of the time ye nye say records no nti ye tra ho no ma na yakoto products no ye nye scan ye ni age e da dey afa ubo emfa ye go back na kohwe o records ni ye nti ehun hia pa records na wo be keep no ebi ye eduana abeto records feeding records emo anu ewo omo records maybe who are buying the records. The call out aquacoton, call out aquaton, why and so records. Started here. If you are yaba and them say you can't wait once biosecurity, no. You say ensure strict biosecurity. Market strategically. Strategic marketing, no. We do we for so we are. No, I seen for you. I have price and I said and papa. But say me boka be 100 bi economy the product no Cape Coast market in fine into side money na so steady and then a friend was strategic marketing afi so no also of course so usua de adesua de bia because you adecha esa no enoma foforo eba adesua no sua bi afi wakasa wadan foforo mo so ye pig farmers no ho betumi sua bi afi agric for or mofafo no veterinary for ubesua bi efi internet YouTube and all those places you will need to continually keep learning I'm say aha na ye de ye ntete ya efa no mprekonyan ho no e de besi ya go through normal bebre I'm hoping say wo so wunya adesua bi fi mu enkyerɛkyerɛ a yɛyɛ wɔ hanom ni na sɛ ɛba ne sɛ wate bi na sɛ wonti biribi ase a yɛ nɔma a wobɛtumi contact yɛn wɔ ha ɛyɛ 055 256 5549 055 256 5549 wo contact yɛn na wohia enkyerɛkyerɛ bi a ɛba ne sɛ wo sɛ yɛtu yɛ dan koraa ɛba Ucha, yebeba unye yenu ebedi nkomo ejuma na ye no ye nje Ministry of Agric for ejuma ye compliment o mo de no mo ye no na ye hye ne ma ye bo mo emo mo ye tina bibia ne a ye be refer wo se wo de ko Agric office ho wo kwa no mo ekodi nkomo nti ye beda mo asibio nansan na mefi ha kɔ no be san so ada eye Roots Organic Farms asibebre se mo afa ejuma de hu eka ni na e ho ye se de mekan no eduane papa fie wokɔ hɔ no ma de bia ye wo bia ye fa chemical en guso ye dua de na boaba so a ye de chemical be guso de bi ye de garlic e be guso nti wo pe eduane papa edidi na for Roots Organic Farms. Mesdames, merci, bye bye.